Hi everyone, it's JoJo from Mojo Jojo Plans, and today we are doing our one little word for 2024. I've been spending a lot of time really just trying to think of what word I want it to be my word for 2024. I feel like I've had like three very specific words pop up in my mind in just like the last week and a half as I've been like thinking about it. And I think I finally decided on one. I don't know. I did decide on one, and I feel like the more I think about it, the more it's right. Um, so yeah. So anyway, my word this year was release, and the reason why I wanted to do that is because I have a really hard time letting things go, whether it be in personal life things or just like business things or whatever it is. I just have always had a really hard time just like letting things go and like letting things happen as they may. I feel like this year I did pretty good about at least being more aware of how much I do things like that, like how much I struggle with that. If anything, it just made me more aware of that. Of course, I tried to correct certain things as they came up, but that wasn't always, super successful because it's not an overnight thing that was going to happen. But I was a lot more aware of just like how much like I would like something would happen and then I'd have to like mutter to myself, like, let it go. Like, do not let this ruin your day. It is okay, So I definitely spent the year like thinking about those things a lot more. So I'm hoping to just kind of continue that, into 2024 and continue with working on that because that one's definitely a hard one for me. But for this year, as I was kind of thinking about what I needed for 2024 and 2023, it was a great year. There was a lot of amazing things that happened this year that like I can't say that there's nothing that I'm not thankful for this year. So many amazing things happened. I mean, we bought a house, like business is doing good, just like, like Nay's doing really good in school. Like we finally got her to a place where we like figured some things out for her and now she's getting the help that she needs. And, like there's just been like so many great things, but at the same time, this year was chaos and stress, and I've never ever been as scatterbrained as I have this year in my entire life. It was to the point where, my daughter has ADHD. And it was to the point where like I was like, do I have it too? Like it was just like so many things, the starting something and then I would like remember something else and go do something else, and then like 5 hours later I'd realize, oh my gosh, I never finished that first project that I was working on. And it was just a lot, and it's been happening so much, and I've been having such a hard time keeping my mind straight. And it's just been rough, and I'm already a person with like pretty severe anxiety problems. So just tack that on with like all the stress. And then my mind was just like, it felt like it was just going this year. Like it was just rough. And so I ended up getting out of a lot of the habits, like the good habits that I was in, especially in my planner. Like, you guys, when I flip through my planners in in a week or two, like whenever I do that, I have not written in my planners that much this year. I mean, and a lot of the writing that I did do was probably back planning. I think I probably had like maybe a month straight where I was consistently in my planner, or at least 3 months, because it was like the first couple of months of the like new year, and then as soon as we moved, everything just like fell off, and it was like a domino effect, and then just more and more, and I took a step back from a lot of things, and it was just it was like not my preferred year. It wasn't a bad year. It was just, it was a lot different, and I got out of a lot of the good habits that I like worked hard to like instill, because stress just like completely overtook all those things, and it was really hard for me to keep going the way I was going. So, anyway, all that to say, I think my word this year for 2024 is going to be to restore. I printed out some different fonts because I didn't know which one I would want. I decided this year I wanted to do it this way instead of using, the Mambi sticks or something, because especially if I use the cursive one, it always just bothers me with like the offsets and stuff on those. So I just decided I'll print them myself and just make it easy. But I think this year, like, this is my word. Like, I just need to repair what I've kind of, I feel like I lost this year. Was just like, I miss having that time in my planners. I miss having all the good habits that I have. And now, so 2024 is about to be like repairing that and to really just get my routine back on track, because I got so thrown off my routine this year and it's been so hard to get back on track. But I'm like, no, we have to. We're gonna restore it and we're gonna get back on track. And so that way I'm not like, I feel like we're finally through. I mean, there's always gonna be things that are stressful, but I think we took care of, the biggest ones, because a lot of them were house related, of course, because, you buy a house and then literally everything after that happens. So yeah, so anyway, sorry, that was like a long spiel, but I kind of want to just explain my word, and that's why I chose this word. Again, I had so many words. The other word that I had was grace, and if you saw my video for the 25 days of planner tips, the title of that video was Grace in Your Planner Space, and that one, like, at that time when I filmed that video, I was certain that my word for 2024 was going to be grace, because something I also learned was, like, I just need to have grace with myself. Like, it is okay that I didn't write in my planner for most of the year. Like, it is okay that I got off of my routine because so many things were thrown at me all at once. And just realizing, like, it's not life or death. Like, it is okay, and to have grace with myself. So I was like super convinced that grace was my word. And then I don't remember what happened. Something, I think it was even that weekend that I filmed it. Something happened, and then all of a sudden, like, restore kind of replaced that word for me. So anyway, but my original word was grace, and then somehow it changed to restore. And I feel like they kind of go hand in hand a little bit. I don't feel like that's like too far of a leap. But yeah, so anyway, so that's my word. We're going to make a cute little sheet just so I can have it in my planner, so I can remind myself what my word is this year. I looked through a couple sticker books. Something I like to do is because this is really just going to be, a cute page just to sit in my planner so I can stare at it and remember what I'm working towards, for 2024. So I wanted to find, decorations that I really, really liked. So I looked through a bunch of books. I found Functional Florals by Amber Plants Her Day, and I remembered these florals, and I absolutely love them. I will say I had like 5 other books from Amber Plants Her Day pulled out. I had like a purple option, and then I had some other rainbow floral kind of options. But I just love like these ones. They're like kind of doodly vibes. I don't know. I just wanted something bright and happy and colorful, and I feel like these do that. So we're going to use these to just decorate these right now. So I'm going to go in, and I'm going to start pulling these out and just start placing them. Again, this is going to be just more of like a really pretty decorated sheet. I'll put my word on there, like the definition, of what I believe the word to mean, and then also just kind of putting, my hope for that word for the year. So if you haven't thought of a word, comment down below. Or if you have thought of a word, comment down below, because I'd love to hear what other people's words are for 2024. And if you haven't even thought of one, that's totally okay too. I don't think it's a big deal. I just like doing it because it's like fun to just like it was like my word this year release was literally something I thought about all the time, and it was one of those things like something would happen and I'd just be like, I am not doing a good job of letting this situation go. Like, I need to just let it go. And if something was happening that was bothering me so much, I at least was aware of it. And I feel like if anything, it just like makes you more aware, because now you're actively looking for that. Because yeah, I feel like that's what it did for me this year, is it just made me super aware of like, dang, I am really bad at letting things go. I am really, really bad at it, and so it was just like, it was good for me to do that, because then I just kind of was able to monitor myself. So yeah, anyway, so I'm just going in. I have no rhyme or reason. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to stick these in here. I think I want to use, I think this one. Again, I did a bunch of different sizes and different fonts because I didn't know and I didn't want to have to like pause to go print out a different one. I think I like this one though. And I think I'm going to stick it right up here because I do want room to, again, decorate around it. But I'm going to put some little things so that way I can write in it. I kind of want to do shapes, but I also don't know if the shapes will look weird. Last year I didn't do shapes. Come to think of it, I'm like, where's my word from last year? This was the one that I did last year. So nothing too crazy, but it was just nice to be able to look at. So I guess I did purple last year, so I'm glad that I'm doing lots of color this year. I thought of using these scallops, but I'm like, is that too much? Is that too much? And there's also not lined ones, and I hate my handwriting, so I think I'm just going to do circles. I'm not a fan of my handwriting without lines, which is why I'm such, like, I love having lines, because lines are just, you know, they help me write at least a little bit better. Not perfect, just better. We're going to go in, I think I need some yellow, and I'm just going to write, like, the smaller definitions of those. If I have a yellow, no. I might not even have any more yellow. Oh no, I don't. At least not in this book. That would just mean I have to pull out another one, which I don't really want to do. The struggle. Okay, we'll go with green. It's okay. So I like just like writing the extra little smaller versions of the definitions. And I did 2, so I'm just trying to decide where I want to put them. Right in here, I think. I'm going to let this overlap just a little bit. Okay, I think that's good. Just so I have those. And then I pulled out this book. This is another book from Amber Plans Her Day, but I found a quote that talked about restoring. So I'm going to put this little quote in here. I had to sticky note it because I was like, I'm going to lose this quote. It's going to get lost, and then I'm going to forget to use it, and then I'm going to be really mad when I can't use it. Now I'm like, I don't like this circle here anymore. Kind of want it up here. I don't know. Now I'm not feeling like where it was. Kind of want it overlapping too. So indecisive. So I'm just going to stick a nice quote in here. Okay, and then we'll go in with more of the decoration. So again, super simple, but I'm just looking forward to, hopefully like this word does for me what it did, like what my word for this year did. It just helps me to like think about it more and not necessarily like fix the problem, but just help be more aware, because I feel like a lot of it is like we're not even like aware. You know, we don't realize how much we do something. Like, I had to tell my husband the other day, I was like, do you realize we've gone somewhere several times, and he's the one that lets our dog out into the backyard. I take care of the cat, he takes care of the dog. And the last couple of times we've come home, I've noticed the back door was still unlocked, like he doesn't lock it. And I was like, do you realize that you're doing that? He was like, no. And I was like, well, I 100% know it's you, because you're the only one that opens that door, because you're the one that lets out the dog. So I was like, it's not me doing it, it's 100% you. But it was just one of those things where he like genuinely was like, oh, like I did not realize I was doing that at all. So I don't know. I feel like there are lots of things in life that sometimes life is just moving so fast and we don't even realize that we do something until it's pointed out or until we're looking for it a little bit more. So I feel like with these words, it just kind of helps look for that a little bit more. Okay, so I mainly used the page that I had that I didn't have as many left on. I kind of want to put another quote. I just don't know what quote to put because I didn't think that far. I didn't pull that many quotes out. So now I'm like, I don't know what quote to put in there. I'm just going in and just adding some of these because I just, this makes me happy. I do really like this. I kind of want to add another circle. Maybe that'll solve the problem of needing a quote. Ooh, and then I can add my yellow in. Maybe I'll do definition and like what I want that word to mean to me. Maybe that's what I'll do this time. Like the definition and then what I want to do with that word. Yes. Okay, I think that's good. I think I have a good mix of stuff on here. So I'm going to punch it just so I can see what this looks like punched. Then I can kind of decide if I need to add more. All right, punched, ready to go in my planner, ready to be filled in for the year. I think that's good. I might put, maybe I'll put like one more. I feel like this little gap right here is bothering me. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with all of it. I'm trying to make sure I pick a different one than what's already by there. Cut a little bit of it off. If this will let me. Maybe add that little bit down at the bottom. Okay, there we go. All right, I think that's it. So that is my word for 2024. Oh, you know what I need to do? I kind of add a 2024 sticker. Duh. Just going to use Date It 2.0. I'm going to take the smaller 2024 that's in here. And we'll put this right in here so I have my word for 2024. But there we go. Let me know down in the comments below if you've picked a word. Because I'd love to just like know what other people are picking. But there we go, you guys. I so hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe. And I hope I'll see you in my next one. Bye!